Finance Minister, Obedi President, and also prepare running mate. NDC for the no, Adiano Atasa NPP.
Atasa NPP for and Omudi Sankomoe. Muakramu issue Muntimin survey. NDC Diana Mokoka.
It's one of the interventions by His Excellency John Mahama to create more jobs for the good people of this country.
The Ayabompa say, John Mahama, no man quite
Ian Sama phone in Aquaba, a BM and Sama Jumadiusia, Francia, and Sama Ecoso or my Ganemu, Yadinina Ebre for President, His Excellency John Mahama, Mampania Gusu Bajuma, Sarabaya or my Ghana, Enu 2028 no, na Yafa and Tuma Pa Efra, and so Ama NPP, Amarukono Ababontin, Ababe Dinkomo, Eddie message. Akoma NDC amonekona wamu chemu se ai presidential prime minister wamu kona this time wa akwakoye ntokwa no enche NDC die nso eba ense no betodwa no NDC amonekono so ababonten enkomo bebre en freche eba kwekwan ne bewuram na yedi nkomo information bi freche babia no yade ni nyina go ede ama ahefo Felix ofosu kwache aye kasamafo edema presidency were leaking information bi afa agenda 111 ho eno achino wa magana fo nyina hope quick one yebero also na fe no ye dinkomo abaransa na no yenkwa this video emra asambia si eya asamba ya quick one say ye koba yebe biebiem na fe ni achechem na ahefo so ehuni eko quick one yenkwa tewemra
sa papa ni no ye na yebra me si bi jai ejuma we ya angrabe wo pa mo fa mani me to board me angrabe na me I'm telling you, me mommy who 4 years back, and when we go, I mean, my rubber. Who probably need to be a come over here to Ghana. I bet you ever put out. I'm going to go for it. Announcement in Penifo, mobile Brahman, Mumbraya, a man, a mobile guy, Mumbraya. From my breast, attitude is a baby and the Ghana. A man, Yanya, Omo, Niania, who the best. Ade, a man, Yati, and Quam will be a police office in Port and Quam Brown. Ade, a man, Yanya, Yanimi, a man, Yanya, Yanimi. Let me see it. Let me see it. No, let me see it.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
Mamu Kwaba.
Okay.
And then some doson, but I'm sana and Komoya Branty the quick one. Young Ramoy, a deity now, my branch and Edison Komoy.
Well, Director, in a very short words, when you now, as a result of Enso Toa, said the Enso Yiri, Greater Accra, any encrement, Muninamono, and I buy no with Natmu, I decided to say, almost per se in Sweden, a tutor, almost solve our problem, almost solve a problem, and areas the amount for a dying any containers ensuo akwanmu omba yiri nyina firi ho na ensuo to a ensuo na nya baabi afa na nkwa nkoyiri amfa nipa nti demolition exercise na omde akopem la dade kotopon constituency eno na nam so ama ehofo so ahiti wo mu a omu ye dede bebrebe
ai mi videos ni bi
okay
na Ghana fo bebre so I videos no Ghana fo bia bofu se ade wo man kan kire wo mu ansa na omu kwakwesa demolition exercise na
well, Director, per evidence, any checks, actually say, in last year, December 2025, and then come demolition exercise we, and na ministry, no, any say the district assembly, no, a kabom de 200 move when him say, or moment for time kakra because a bandodo, and a moment enough time, until Afenyo we no, and a mobile so mobile no say, oh, a moment general no so and him kakra, na ebumum fa omniema, omo ye nyeman free hobia, na omaba, and they decided say, okay, ye mom 2 to 3 weeks after that, obia be in niema, there were 2 to 3 weeks in a term, enti and no and omaba. Afenyo omuso say amamu almost 2 months na wan yi wuniema enne ya dim fidia besia no die na kire say enne obetima yi wuniema
na say metiase ya 2025
yeah
ena wo mu alert wo mu say baby a mote no mo ba nsuo dodo enti ama nsuo no kwan wo se nsuo no fa so a okono enya sa kwan ne fa nti nsuo to na yiri e wa Accra which is mimi nu nyina bedi ho adanse se Accra de ensuo to bia no a eyiri ma ne fa nipa enti wo mo wale to wo 2025 no 2025 wo mo mfiri ho ene yesi 2026 wo mo san ko alert wo mo still wo mo so e din so wo mo mfiri ho ene na finally wo mo kosi wo mo dwirigu
nti director in this case Unti blame Nadmo for Enswan to Ebia Nadmo coordinator or region on T area hobby Enswan Koirin Fano, but innocent Uncroform now be Quadra school for my pon school. Not Enswas is how Omoko, not a king for Japadi, and to say a several notice there. Aha, a Enswa Quine, a Ramsar site, and you must be home. Once someone near Manimo Japadi and sign your baby near Claire Henina. Now once, sir, that's some 2 to 3 weeks. Once I am free, not the end of the day. Omobe sana okase ubofu omaini abaina. You are wrong.
But and komoya branch ED quick one. Young room one kasa. A branch is say almost send in Yama, almost send a Juma. On also bad than a confor.
The better win him. Sometimes and send you why a problem. My
Timam for now see so a duba beer. Because yen na ye chichiri wo mayu.
Yeah.
Na no dan kwa Akuffo do ne ba omia mo betina konwa no so a edu time bia enema mercy up no. Timamufo no wo di ane ye di wo matem. Wo se oman na enema nkoyi a di edi mpanimfo na tem. But ye timamufo ne du ba bia ye nsu esuman na nye.
Mo
because mine bo
the right no correct and to me ma say enipa kakra bi interesting ti na ensuo yiri esai ejapade na ensuo ha adwen ye koya nim kakra na ya saba ya chi ye koya mani aba ya chi da bia ne tie abc di the right obi nkasa aban ne mo obi anu aduane ntumu we know say a very che say eya e ho na manfo didi abrantie bia na ye hwe ne video na ni abre ne ho a o se obeda ne armed robbery the right e ho en wo ye adwuma didi enti ya se na adwuma ni be free ne nsa ne mum onte ase se enya aban na di nsuo ne ho ma no enipa na oji ni sika edi ho ma o mo se o mo set up o mo shops na o mo nya o mo business na o mo nya adwuma ho no enipa na jini sika tene ba bi
we say abaka 2028 abato abatia NDC aban
director we
Basa John Mahama so anye sa demolition exercise ya enso to bi e be yire fankanfo
na director
sa ne pa na
unim ni padodo a omo in the region of Greater Accra city ni ma enso yiri yi ha wo mo a omo mpaye ne se aban bi beba obetima solve problem we director okay 2016 around June hoba bi ya enso ko yiri ye e wo circle e jasa ko tom a whole lot of issues e japade ahwe ni nipa e wuye enti ye nhwe wo interest so ma o mining consent mem enti ne at this stage se wo complain a ye ni problem na mum de nhwe be ka kire no se o se ye nhwe nanim nson every single gani a hwe nanim nson se wo ko bokro no e bebo otu aku se police phone ho bebo otu aku a ye chiwa obro be different ye babu atwa wachi nwoma de a kire na sesabi ya the blocks any ma e brute na moja sha se enwuruwa you will understand the say e toda ya apply common sense and I don't me this common sense common sense a very key the water adia abrante yi kan nyansan shada nim e di adia ya ekoso yi obetima ka bibi papa kakra asra aban ni say ampa you are at fault na mom no na dumofo no so mo am kakra say mo bi wo kwa o betima mo bibi na mo de akọ set up business so ba bi fofra but untimi me kan try say obeda ne kromfo already ba bi ani say wo na wakọ e na yenso ye yi wa free ho he has anything a obetimi aka odane kromfo a gains are ready for him na me
quick one yenko this video emra na we say no Afenyo Markin adi nkomo bi oni MPP fo no na san komo no mame mfanto a ye di nkomo wi na bigi ba aransa no Felix ofosu kwache di nkomo bi quick one yenko nko temra agenda 111 enkomo be bre ene fi ho eba.
That is why when we were doing those mega projects we had money. Look at the Terminal 3, money had been secured for it. The KJJ market, we had over $250 million from Deutsche Bank also to complete it. Look at the Terminal project. We had close to $400 million from the Indian Exim Bank to undertake it. UGMC at $270 million. Radio Samson at $250 million to complete. So all these projects were funded. So when you inherit it, all you need to do is to draw down to carry out any activity that is left to operationalize it. But in the case of Agenda 111, they didn't leave anything. So it was more like slogans that they were singing. They tried to scratch around for money here, money there through within government's own budget in order to be able to do the project. But it was obvious that the money was not forthcoming. That is how come they were not able to operationalize. Because how can you plan to build 111 hospitals and not open even one over a period of 5 years?
But I thought the president commissioned about 3 of them.
That is not true. There was none of them was operational. There was not a single patient that had entered any Agenda 111 hospital when we came to power.
What's it doing about it then?
So government has decided that it is not going to be able to scramble $2 billion or whatever. I think at the last instance, we did about $1.5 billion to complete it. And therefore, it is obvious that finding that kind of money at this time will be difficult. So we have to do it in phases. Okay. So this year, money has been set aside in the budget to complete 10 of them. And then as we go forward, more and more will be brought on stream. That is a more sustainable way of addressing it, rather than spreading ourselves thin and looking for money where it does not exist and purporting to completing all of them at the same time when we are clearly unable to do so. But that is a lesson in how not to govern, how not to make lofty promises when you know clearly that you do not have the means to carry it out. But we have learned lessons, and therefore whatever we do, we plan it carefully and then are able to realize the resources required to be able to execute it.
Almighty Agenda 111.
Yeah.
As Afena Mateni Masi.
Okay.
But then I say music before na kwa video bia.
Yeah.
One chem say within 1 year John Mahama ebetena konwa no so no. When neglect Agenda 111.
Okay.
E say hofu. But then and come out Felix ofosu kwa che di. E do baby as sound pa.
Director, a sound of papa. Now, NPP for no me complain no. Doctors and nurses are do omukogu sa hospital hono. Omunko kanchi omuso omunno. Say no omusi omu commission. Do no ma wie eye adwuma. Enti no because e hofu a doctors and nurses are do omukogu rem hono. Ko kanchi omu say omu ye adwuma so hofu.
But then maintain ya mabiazio.
Okay.
O mine no me fa say sikani ho.
Okay.
Enti instead of say ebia obe for strategy bi na wadi case bi awie. Ansana wako nurse so no adenti na do say kwakoka hospitals 111 na untimi complete
right eno na eto da bia odwene ho a ontia se politics ne san na bi musie no ye chichire oman ye pesiesi hospitals no kure ye won kronki twa bebre ho a omuni health facilities ye nsi bi ma wo mo but sikani ho enti mienu miensa ye nsa bedi nka so no ye nya enu wie mo se da bi we can do 111 at a time ye say yo yet ho hwa mo ye de say de ne say betua tax the right odu wonsa kokan ni nyina wie ya wo ntima wie what Jenny you are telling Obia all catcher or Satma Woyano or catcher said the Uye wow. And now the blame commas any panel say within 1 year and ka on Pesica and Van Kosem no Yenina. But then I follow of Oluka to say 2026. Yeah, a binding bonum what is about completed 10. Now at Timia Yejuma. Director. A responsible governance because at the end of the day sikani hwa ye ntimenga se sika dia komu so anchimu enti ye pesika kakra ne de wie ba akumienu ye pesika kakra ne de wie ba akumienu se NPP agenda 111 almost started in 6 years to 7 years munio the writer say afibia omu wie 10 afibia omu si 10 komu sore no na nkoma wie be 50 enti NDC ba yi in their first year and when we have been a second year we bia say break e ko 70 entika aban we nso ntwa 8 years wie no na anye bia no 110 hospitals and 11 na do pe no na ye se wie adwene o di creative side we nyina ne say ye nka asemi manenya Ghana for the lot of politicians pesa especially na do Akuffo addo o pesa papa free senior high school what the agenda 111 one district, one one district, one factory, one village, one dam. The matter in summer, flashy promises. And summer, when the boss will tell us, that was a near mouth to convince ya about Baya Mampany. But so Tiam Komoimuya or the Mampany Mama example in 2016. major projects ya na ehia aban no se oya ofra konya so no okono na waja ehu sika to hodada enti on my examples kajetia phase 1 no the better any phase 2 no okono na sika ye de project no na omanya sika na to ho the better hospital oye wakra University of Ghana Medical Center no mampani John Mahama efra ban mu no na ehu sika da ho nti mampani a obeba no de ane se hweso no omwie
ba se weso Akuffo do Jessica twitwiri die wana
the better enei yemfra Afenyo Markin na yemfra Okoboy na yemfa Miracles Aboagim enka ho no mo metre se na do ko no na agenda 111 wa bo ho account ato ho se agenda 111 account ni 1 cedi dem amani tiri mo mpo se ma min create account to be for 1 cedi ntum agenda 111 nti uwie na obeka kire se aban na waba no onko onye committed to that project no onfa no hunshema sebi you are not smart than Ghana for nyina we cannot continue say yes so sa niema no so na all the politics and propaganda e ba be confuse here say project na important ya ka wo per fund edijai NPP for na agenda 111 na ehia wo mo
but then after na ma say amamuo no a strategy Felix ofosu kwa chese how can say o be start adwuma na uniska e me twa what ya say enwanwa me tu e na me say miniska me di be sidan me say chenchina me kwa kosi dan me ogidie se da sabu a menye ska sidan
yenye ne sa asa duty mu say obetimi fa hwea one trip ekogu ne prof say obesi dan the writer adwuma fo ko ho 2 days no ma break dan ni be di 20 years na blog ni nyina san hunu age so san be start biem sa blog ni sika no ahyeagu o say be start ne foforo biem the writer ebia no you need to sit down and plan anado one plan enti no fail ye ma me fa na ado ni agenda one komo no ensi
commander wo de wa sidi a ye nwie ho na ye san to aso mfiri ho a na onim se ai health minister any abina bono ho modern anti o say a first batch of 121 beneficiaries under labor export program depart Ghana for Antigua and Barbuda on 3-year contract to provide service in midwifery, mental health and general health care. Anti Ghana for abina bono modern a secure adjuma at the among nurses say woman kono woman konkwa ni wa monane na sisia me no ka say first batch no woman free play woman ko I health minister kasaketu bi yentimra na yakoba yebedi nkomo.
Program is one of the interventions by His Excellency John Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, to create more jobs for the good people of this country. And today is the turn of the health workers. As you all know, we inherited a backlog of more than 80,000 health professionals who have completed the various degrees and yet are at home and do not have jobs. So as part of government's intervention to create jobs for especially the health professionals, we are exploring avenues where countries have requested our health professionals to work with them. Today is about Antigua. We are working on Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad. And so we'll be doing that in batches.
Okay, Commander.
Well, Director,
His Excellency John Mahama enena bain.
Okay.
Wama bomo modern secure job. Ewo amononenti. Say the health minister kan enche Jamaica mu nyina no Ghana for ba be ko ho.
Okay.
Akwa kwaye dwuma. E ba say create employment. Because some say wo kasa no say 80,000 nurses.
Yeah.
And o ma wie school mu tifie.
Of course.
Esi the ban say nurses ya wo mu kwei. E dey be say fa bi ahyem.
Of course.
They create employment.
Yeah.
But quick one enwam.
Director, unim nkomo we no. Eye nkomo bi a emu ode because sawahwa Ghana ni bia pene se ka Ghana ni ko school wi a aban ba me na dwuma ye ana obenya dwuma na sika kakra aba ne boto na ode akoni hia na wafiri ohiam but ye enei because of economic issues any problems e wono e dey ma ye enti se aban ne bedwene outside the box na we create something outside the country na Ghana ni akonya dwuma ye na wonya sika ba fi a eye chen se otiga na ha no ye unemployed and one good thing a woman say Ghana ni ya ote ha onye adwuma nya wawie school no doctor etwo say ye ya afa wa hwa obehu se abrabobone ni se ode no hyem no na ode no kwakohyem na mum sa aban ni secure adwuma ma no na okọ na oye adwuma onim se ode adwuma na aba enti possibility say ko na Ghana a woni adwuma ya ode ne ho ko sha braboboni mu no that thing is out nti enei I agree with the government aban ne mo se hospitals ne de yankese be si bebre na employ omama ma ya adwuma ha ne mom yenye ntimi nya ya ne de obi a wotifie bia no se ye benya aman 100 kra mom nyina peke ya ye ma wo nyina nko
na we say so no first batch ebi be san ko
of course enti se wo kwa doctor enumpo omo de a lot of ideas baba because omo ye adwuma ha no ye system ni different so omo travel ko other countries from other continents ya omo kwa ye adwuma under obi unse Ghana for complain ba ko ne say ko hospital Ghana kwa ya nurse for no ma ho keka no e ya na Ghana for be complaining enti enei so okoye adwuma wo man foforo samono ne na okọ na proper supervision any eniema bi e look very different manner say oba back to Ghana na otena bi obaye adwuma or the attitude neighbor enti it will change something within our system in the next years to come enti yen support wa ban no the water the year hwe ani mo ne say with just years e wa ban ani mo obetimi di bebra akọ no makwa akoye adwuma nya sika gombotom no ma gani experience de aba my last point hospitals organ OCAC no yensi na you employ more of our workers no more mbekwa kwenye experience no omunye experience we bring them back home no ma ba be adwuma ha with experience o manya
wo mo se Ghana for bi kaze ye nurses no kwa no adwuma kwa wo munya bi nye kenipa dodo atifie wo munya adwuma kwa nye na fe no nurses no more experience no yes ye de wo mu ko ba bi akoya adwuma
the director one thing is say yentie niam biase director ye kan nurses ya omunya adwuma nye no omo wo fie no enei say ye man adwuma automatically okoya adwuma say wo experience wo experience okwa hospital so okoya adwuma obi a wawie nurse bi otifie bia say etna health minister ka say ya fa no konfa no chi ya fa no wa polyclinic ya okoya okohwe yarefo ne boa enti say enei the wo experience no eye no kre experience in a very good factor but say a be free ma me nyetro say hospital baako ya be pick experience nurses ni nyina do ma free but we pick from various hospitals na ye yi kakra bi afrim until at the end of the day afoforo so benya kwan ba be hye we enum no baby na omo hye no na omo so work with omo colleagues omo experience until ebedu time afoforo ko no na we enu so gain experience then we blend them together na ye koya nim yeah director sanity
quick one commander you could hear almighty minority almighty Afenyo Markin wadin komana wadin komagura NDC ama NDC for no buafu papa quick one ure enti nkomo yi.
Let me deal with the first issue of post 31st January in Parliament. As you may be well aware, we've had a very civil engagement from Parliament. We the 87, those colleagues who have been engaged in this discourse have done so with all civility. I want to assure you that these are internal matters. As for politics, things get heated. Soon after, we all rally behind the leader and the NPP flag to push the party agenda and to let Ghanaians know what we have for them. But you see, the NDC is busy talking about us. What they've also forgotten is that they also have a leadership contest awaiting them. And do also be fish. Omo the NPO de kankan kra. Says ya obe huno ase dun katia ose oko thank you to. Meanwhile no campaign. They are huni say I say buying on your own preferred candidate. Jubilee House for so more candidates. Or obedi a flag bearer momo. Na party no so one candidate. Inti enche bi ebedu omoso. But the person can say NPP there. Nyami ya aduma after 31st. Ya ye war parliament. Ya real tasu se kwen bi akso no. Ye de baako ye enka bom ebe tai ni obe wini nechi. Na ye nyina ya boa ema party na akone kan. Inti no NDC for mundri omo no mudi omo fi asem. Ya nhwe kra na ebia by mid this year John Mahama eba be lame dark president. because obia pay to me wo show omumua vice president also onu so be the president and then I'm saying yet say onu afa haruna edrusa ya no running mate yet ya ne say chief of staff Julius Debra onu so nam ne kwan onu so be president edi onu so o say ne running mate any fifi kwete yet a majority leader onu so onam ne baby oni ni ablakwa omuso yo mu permutation yenua finance minister onu so omose obedi president onu so prepare no running mate inti ade no atasa o bebia yenua erikopoku onu agric minister one kaza wo ministry okra no sika eseso omudi ma na wodi ye kwedwuma kro mo fama wo so be di president onu openi erikopoku ehu the difference between opposition and government or opposition and kati brofo akese and obedi minister sika de be ye adwuma kra mpo no aya asema ma no onu so so obedi president NDC for there no ebe into omundi omufi asem.
Okay, commander.
Yeah, director.
Obese Afenyo Markin.
Okay.
I Jeddah NPP who go to solving we ye.
Okay.
NDC for the na babeka. Na onim say 2028 about one aye kwa kotono. Die hia ne say John Mahama ba ye aduma. Enfound the oba be lead NDC o. NDC for ne say no omo comfortable lead. And the other NPP na mo hyehyɛ mo niema yie na mutimi responsible minority but the mo cheche wo die 2028 no emfa nipa NDC de ne beba
director unim de NPP bre nkomo ya Afenyo Markin di yi afi de abie picture nani de NPP bre wo wow problem solve problem no per solution na solve ma honye den o si problem ni de yenya nto ho wo opponent no onu so problem ye ko ka ho asem because onu problem no enche be ba panten director say ni problem ne ba bonten a ebia onu ni problem no oguso plan say eba quite saying me fa so be solve but wo de ni de you are not bringing any solution on board
but unim say Ghana for
okay
ye no me fa say ni to you to no ye nhye ni NDC ana NPP o ye no so betina konwa no so wadwuma ye no ene ye beka to se to aso enti 2024 se NPP enkayade se na niema koyie ena mpo se ai entokwasisi e o party ni mu a menye so se nka Ghana for beto abatia o mu enti 2028 se John Mahama timi manage o man no ye o man ni yi a emfa woni ntokwa ebesi NDC Ghana for besa to aba mo
director eno de e perfect semi ye Ghana ni na mampani a ote akonya so no one ne party o ma hyehyɛ o man ni ye structures ne kama bibia flow kama me hwɛ ni mo man no oda achen na wo ka kyerɛ me sɛ because mampani ni ba be kɔnkyɛn no o mo party no we so pa akonya na di we so pa akonya na di enti o manya issue enu enti me nto abantia party no me wo ma so party no so o man ne da o makoma so a o mo hyehyɛ ne ma ye ye nya scandals corruption cases ni hɔ a pop up o mo ye adwuma mo man ni nya mfaso o mo ye roads omo ye interchanges right omo si hospitals economy na very stable o man ni tua yaka ye mobusia basabasa o see because asamasi pe na asamasi pa enu nti omo nya fine no me nyina so nto abantia omo na me mfa a reckless party oba power oba ye reckless borrowing ningo fa nemra nobody would do that ade ba kwa on send so ne say NDC, this is not the first time. Obi mo contesting obi. President Mahama oti akonya so yi. Abamba bi no speaker of parliament or contesting that. NDC be campaign 2024. Enipa ba ko a na odi campaign ni mu ntintimai pa. Professor Joshua Labi or contesting President Mahama da. But omo nyina omo contesting no. Enu achi eba ye o man ko gina ba bia ni di na tem. Omanye deda ntia no ebedru 2024 oman contest ni biem nemum omo maka omo contest no te se Kwadwo Bones any papa ya na oye finance minister then Kwabnado for at the end of the day omo contest ni wie no omo nyina sa akogina campaign platform so eye campaign ye dede ma no ye to aba wo we no omo nyina sa ye part of the government a omo support enti on check ade we say ebia NDC de no it might be different from MPP de no because within MPP omo contesting adidi atam wom obia di ne nyonko atam said ono ape among the candidates enipa be mienu pe na omo supporters na omo ho no omo ni atam but omo maka no obia di atam including party communicators at the national level but NDC for there no the right ye betimi the previous one no aka say ebia de omo ye atwam denti no omo be say repeat no omo meko e medi di atam e meye de hunu but contest ne there they will contest each other they will campaign against each other the right unfunction it dream
na MPP problem ko solving we wo NDC no tia konwa no so na Ghana for ebo na baso no ono na wo koka na asem
right me hwanwa
me say oman no say John Mahama timi manage ni say ye ya NDC pa ho wo de wo mo fa ho kwa no mo fa na mra
right woni say ono
fa some janti mra
ono a hyehyɛ pɛ be fo o se jenana ene Haruna Drusu eye one pɛ obi ne vice ena okude to ablakwa ene mama yarga ye one pɛ ena Akuffo senso afeni wo pɛ running mate o hwehwem the right enti ono akeka ne de at the end of the o se esedu nketia nso so ono so ayi no wonya no running mate the right pɛ ye ono abuboyi se NDC team manage oman ne se de omo manage ni ya at the end of the day some Akuffo nya ye popular woman with this edian obuboyi omo ba we ne
me see wo ho eye ntasentase na ate NPP fo ene omo di sankomo we mu akwamu issue mu ntimi nsolve ye NDC de na mo koka
asa the right winim say Afenyo Markin there is one thing about him me penance
avo si Atasa
the right winim edian minority leader o say Atasa o ba bia the right one thing I like about this man no matter everything oka ninsem bebre ho I disagree with him or you be a say propaganda any day but one thing I like about him is say pressure by the party this one o person o create pressure e to baabi o so ku pressure bi come NDC say there be a MPP for no o mo ho be ha o mo kakra no matima ye bibi but ne nkrofo no so ntenie ma ase Afenyo Markin hu say contest MPP koi pressure kese dom sa anhwe ntokwa be say party mu enti mama ye nso ku pressure no go NDC so na amanfo adwen ko NDC de no so na nka ye nya bokoni nkoto ya banwie but MPP for no more problem they are all can the rata e wo mu say yankasa te say they din ka address no MPP problem no so copy solution but because of the so ku pressure MPP for no so hu ne sa ombokwa kodru election nim omoba sa bomma wo ho rata the same old story Afenyo Markin e ya asem dada na ma me fa ne community
quick one ene ya ma big jemram abigi tnase na e mo ne tew abigi tnase ma me mana kwa ba na boko de
ina ma nyam nyadu me ho de papa
what a quick one yemran semnim enkomo bebre ena todwa Afenyo Markin adinkomo o se Atasa NDC amonyoko no wo mo ntwen quick one yedi kan start view
salama ma me cha hefo na me kan kire Afenyo Markin say onim de oye
say
na onim de oya o say NDC entoka bestim
na ntoko nsim
Ghana for the ye fa ho be
say
na ye to aba na Ghana ho to aba na ntoka kwesi NDC ma ye de ha be de he so mo ye o man ye no man ko so ye ano ni nyanye de o mote o moka NDC aban ye o man ye na du tam NDC beto aba na ntoka wo mo na o man na asundwe wo ho na aneme koyi a wo se ntoka si o mo ene ye fa ho be ye de ye ho man nko so ye ntse de mumu te ho mo keka de no ntse mumu penso a Afenyo Markin mumu penso a o man nko yie na mpa mumu ho so ntoka sa sim no ntse ye de ye ha ena Afenyo Markin kasa na de bia meka oyale oyale
baby adu no oyale de yare
oyale o em se obeya o ha ba 8,008 yale an oyale because oh the cinema ye no kre onyale ko onya sadi we tie cinema obi fie jantom una ofie jedem wo se muntwe na ebia ni de ade ba ane ye fa ho be me am to cinema se John Mahama President Mahama etimi ya amani ye na eduta man toka to omukoto aba na ne man ketenkete asi omu ho a ye ne
ana se o si Afenyo Markin oyare de
8,008 yale ane woni mu ye de yen fon ho
HIV AIDS ana
ai oyare sa yale ni bi go onyale ko onjira hanye ayo wo fi ejedem
na o HIV AIDS no oyare ya eye de
ase ba ma wa adwene ye kakaka ana o he kasa na o kasa o tumi se
so yare bi
o dabi
na nze na ma so aye kakaka no
dabi me kan no kure na atle omo
so o kan no kure na chen
awade aho
so o kan no kure chen di
sinamai o bawu me bawu ya na wu shino o ka kira se mentwe na me baba wu na me ba wu ya ayepe enti Afenyo Markin bibi ha mo NPP fo ankaza dada me say so mo de mo ntena ho de ayebom pa se Nyankopon nya Mahama dom no ma ne kwatentere no nko san 2028 ene ebe ma NPP fo bo hu se de amugu so mo ya omo sesan na wo de wo he oman kwa wo se obi fie ntokabasi atasa na wo ti ha se atasa be si NDC mu se atasa asimu ho no atasa NC NDC mu Ghana for say to see a mobile bag na 6.5 no about 3 million about 3.5 and on a Ghana for her time na mo so na patrol 1 liter akọ 25 cedis no and then 1 liter about 10 cedis 9 cedis 9 cedis 50 pesos no and on a Ghana for her and on the Ghana for one country say NDC to consume and when the anya no na empire no wona wa adwen kira wo sa wona person to
na to kwansi NDC
oh dabi sa na sinama nto are o yeso mo so majim and is the one Jimmy yo
are
and is for the right time baby no crying down omo de bato ho
sa
na president Mahama nim je obaba ya Ghana president next time oni ho a onim
da
and is for benefit
na ya to kwa ebesim no
on takansi
na hoy
and is for omo more than NPP for no no creda no omo pam nyansafo no afan kwasiafo ba no and this for nya ade no adurum na bia ye beto aba no nanka kanka NPP an komanka se Mahama santo aso eso and this for bo mede Mahama ye de eto aso ana amanku nimdi aba magana fo ana hoto aba Ghana ahonkyere na ye wom 2024 no ane asuatwa ama hoto aba ante NDC afo NDC for de omon ti se NPP for ombaye sa omodema ante Afenyo Markin onka na nantum no de onsunu ya de yenka so onsumaye ena NDC for onka nche so omutu want me hwe ofie ya enfa wo de enkot compare obi de so what me hwe ofie ya ana NDC ankasa no omunim 2028 de omonde de baba dada anya wona abakira se we ntoka base na anti wunim wo Afenyo Markin kanokwe so wonim nyansa pa uka onya press conference we
ade
asunim faso
ade
na sinema faso be so and this voice doing kwa on faso bu o man no wo press conference ase and this voice ntoka basim na ntoka nsimwe toka obi be wu no mu ya e frem owufo enti Afenyo Markin press conference am faso bie nu se da bia me ka che obi be wu no nya wu ya e frem owufo
ndu sa wan
Afenyo Markin Afenyo Markin say
nya Markin
Afenyo Markin
ana so be de
obi be wu no nya wu ya frɛ no ufo
dabi
ti ya dis fo wu mo na ma wu anti mo kama no tum na mo rese ye dia mo ye na dis fo so mo nya tumbi mbu o man ye no man se de ye pen no enkosa
na do na Akuffo ado ye se agenda 111 no ai o free so no se wa commission ba akokwa ma na anya adwuma o
anya no kre
o da se Akuffo ado ka se wa commission but ye si mpanifo ko hwemu no ye commission bi a eye adwuma but NDC for so o mbe complete
o nya na kre na do so o ka ta se akakakra no wa wie ni na
za
asama o kan sinamai se ye sanity o se ye chi na do nimonimu ya se na do ba bo ntena meka se sa agena wanwan no akake tuwa bi no wa wie ni na
kwasem
na nne ya da so ya se ba ko pe wantimi anye na nne na do da so ti o man we so awo se ya chi no na do
ye nche no asemu
ade ye se abada lo na ada chinki to ajan kasiana na do oye nipa chemi ode ma menya ade enya wo man mu ya ba chemi ye se na do ji se 10 years ade na chesa what new for mine ye se agena 176 would ya fa akọ na waka kire Ghana fo se wo bie bebre akakakra na wa wie ni nyina na nne ba ko na do ni more thing akogura we obo ada obo no oba branch na wo kokwan ofase de o man we afno ehu na nya nwa akwara o ti abuche kwa omra o se odwane omunyina na do bushafo na bia nti omusuba nyina ya pe de bia me kase nyam na do o tua Ghana fo kase o prayer no nya na se me ba Mamma afia ampano no de na na to atime share bose wa ye agya na wa hwan wa ye wie hospital we nyina amana kakra na nne ya da sore a esena na ado agya na wa hwan wa mbie ba akoko anya hwe na wo sole ate wo se ga no fo ye
kwa so entro na NDC fo de to fo
NDC fo ntwantro sa NPP fo so ombo a omo nkyira ga no fo se omo ntwantro anie ana me bochi na ma ye se wo ye kromfo na ye se wa wiafo na fo kuta fabla wo se wo fama wonya kromfo ate NDC fo so any NDC fo kawe na NPP fo se omo bo a omo ko famla ne Ghana fo hu se NDC fo ntwantro na me gidi sa NDC fo ntwantro aye no kura anema bebre wo ha omo ja ba sinema ye 100% sa NPP fo ntimi anye na omo di bone wo su mu ase na me na twa kwase na unim sa NPP fo ansi fo mo ko mbaton Ghana adi oma si fo ma ko mbaton Ghana nyina adi na me na ye se Ghana fo nyina bufu ni anto abantia NPP na NDC from na hu se omo ya akrofo ana ma ne NPP fo na nado na aban ahokere omo sisi na mesra President Mahama say osisa Ghana constitution sa obodi president wo soli a sa ye na yetimi adren kodra ko say adwuma na wo ye no man no say mu chia ye de ukwaje ka code na wo be yi ano ni enja say president this are 10 years na na do 10 years no that so tia
asemo
no we no went ye praise o man be ye ji president Mahama di ene ade ne ba ye sere no wadaruma constitution sesamaye na enye pepepe na ye shutimafo na ye bread do
na ye say NDC for tete Ghana for be too much
say
I video na di kan boy no fitani eno omo ye demolition exercise so omo tinsuo eno omo akotu omo akwanso be konfo
sinam we I am ra hosam mre bi me call baby ena me badu abu akwa ukfa manhia kwan no so a na sensuo kasia cho asole dan bi si ya boso zero fa asole hu asole dan no ka nko ka ma because asole dan na si nsuo na kwan na no enti sade ye bufuri ma oye bani o abanya bani o enti sa nkofo na omusu se abana di boni oye omba bokro no he obokro no na me chewa mabotu aku because ayensa hunu abana di nkama month be 2 months say to film na Ghana nkwa ya nya hoto enye surface nkwanti o surface nkwanti o pese o ya nkwa nya ye na o man ho nchiro da bi o yes a o ye nya atom the abane the o ye the right thing so bia ne dan bia sin suoma enye papa no o so yifru ho na Ghana hoto ye eye na o to ha o say ya babokro no bokro bla ba wie me mabotu aku because ayensa hunu ya ma time de dada untimi nsisa ne ma ne ya ba wase aban o baba koto atia no unkwa koto aba ye de na me fa ba bia
abushan fa si e kwa ba sa ba bia bigini e tene kan ya ka mu nyina